Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a
Clemson will kick off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready?
Takes the handoff. It's Jordan. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
Chad. White 80, Brooklyn. White.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires deep on the run. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. 2nd down coming up. They're testing the right side here. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
On the move to his left. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
Caught in the backfield, it's Jordan. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And I like what the quarterback did to finish the run. He buys a little bit of time, scrambles out to his left, and as a right-handed quarterback, you really understand you got to square those shoulders while you're running, which can be difficult if you want to throw an accurate throw like he did right there.
Off play action. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Fires on the move. It's caught downfield. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. That's reeled in. It's Jordan. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and goal. Hands it off. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Zings it complete to the right. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter.
All right,
They'd
let's
love
get
to
it.
start this quarter off with a touchdown right here.
White 80. White.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Wildcats! They'll try to add another to their lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They're lining up to boot it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The offense lining up for a first down play.
Get ready.
Looking downfield, it's Penix. Trying to get to it. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Ready.
We'll see if they can dial up one that works this time on second down from the 14.
Ready.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Dialing up a second down pass play. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
All right.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Motion from the offense. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Getting some heat. He'll pull it down. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect, and protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to play with some effort, make some scrambles, make some things happen when plays break down, and at least try to put your offense in good positions. Wasn't able to get the first down there, but now he makes this decision a little more interesting here on fourth.
This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it on fourth down. Throws for the tight end. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Hey, at this point of the game, fourth and short, no problem going for it. Fourth and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
The run to the left. Trucks through the defender.
Let's go.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
The give to the right. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Looking to throw, it's Jordan. On the run, still looking. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I think everybody thinks when you say middle of the field safety, that's an easy responsibility. There's a lot of field in the middle, okay? I got to cover a lot of space. He does an unbelievable job covering space, breaking on the football, seeing the route, and going and getting the interception. Nice play by that safety.
Pocket starts to collapse. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Clemson is quick to the line. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Unloads to the right. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's going to pass on 2nd down. He'll take another shot here. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. His defense giving up ground, and he's finally knocked down at the 26. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Here we go.
Here comes
Do the
Clemson
show.
with another
Right.
first down.
Alamo. Black 88. Black.
He's going to pass. Gonna try to get it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Scanning the field, it's Penix. Firing toward the end zone. Oh, picked off. Bringing it back. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw on first down. He uncorks one deep. He's got it down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. And this one only 35 yards out, but not straight away. This one from the left hash. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. Kansas State will kick off as we get things started here in the third quarter. He'll bring it out. It's Golden. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Going deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Buying some time. He's not afraid to go deep. Reels it in down the left side. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming courtesy of that touchdown toss from 45 yards out. The kickoff unit about to go to work. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
Let's go.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Finds his man. It's Cooper. Bounced off his feet.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Back to throw, it's Jordan. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
You want to talk about aggressive or nuts? This offense is staying on the field inside their own 30. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Quarterback checking off. On second down, wants to throw. Moving away from pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Oh, he left him grabbing. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Man, that's frustrating for a defense. You had him in third down. You had him in a predictable situation. Try to go capitalize on it. What does he do? Pulls that rabbit out of the hat, scrambles around, now puts him right inside the 5-yard line in scoring position. You got to bow your necks. You better get ready for the next play.
Ready?
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
Wide 80. Wide 80.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Touchdown, Tigers! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does, takes advantage of great field position.
And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25.
Ready?
Final play of the quarter coming.
Turn it, turn it. Let's go. Ready?
Running to the left. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter.
All right,
Second
let's get
down
it.
now as they're ready to go back to work.
Bo, bo,
He'll run it again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
On third down, going up top. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10.
Blue 85.
The give to the single back. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Jordan. Using his feet to buy time. He wants a big play here late. And that pass intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And the return man just kept finding alleys to run in, and he gets it to the 46-yard line.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You could tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
Got room at the 35. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Red 18.
The give as they work on that clock. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Clemson trying to hold this lead and run out the clock.
Here we go. Red.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. It's one thing to